Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Let's play with our friend the Batman. So as you can see right now, our character is level 27. He's a hero, mentored by Batman, power gadgets, weapon martial arts, movement acrobatics. So let's get started. So as you saw, we're pretty darn close to being level 30, so probably just a couple of more videos and we should be a level 30. Once I reach level 30, I will probably continue the mentored missions. We'll see. I'll play it by ear.
We're working to keep tabs on Intergang's religion of crime. We can use your help, but get ready. These Intergang believers are more than just muscle. They truly believe.
I'm tracking Intergang activity now. Looks like one of their main bosses has a safe house nearby. I'm putting it up on your map.
So we've reached the main mission, Intergang War. As you saw, we had to talk to our friend the Question. So let's go to Gotham to continue our mission. Sometimes people will ask where you get the missions. Basically, this is the main mission that you get automatically as you level up. And yeah, I live downtown, so you can hear a lot of sirens sometimes. Also, if you guys, sometimes people will wonder where they can get the Batwoman Cape. Basically, it's playing this mission quest. It's not exactly this mission. There's a handful of missions that you have to play, but there's one of which, I will mention it when we get there. There's one of which where you can get the Batwoman Cape if you want to, and if you're lucky. That's another thing. The Batwoman Cape is a pretty rare item, so you're gonna have to run the mission at least a few times before you can get the Batwoman Cape. If you're unlucky, you could run it a lot and still not have the cape, which is why I often suggest to people, if you want the Batwoman Cape, just buy it from the broker. It's the better option. Obviously, if you're a free-to-play player, using the broker, not really an option. But if you are a legendary player, there's no reason why you cannot purchase the Batwoman Cape from the broker. Oh, I forgot to check. I don't think there was a side quest here. Well, let's continue.
You don't mess with Intergang! Choke him!
So right now I've pretty much set my loadout to be able to use the power interactions from the gadget power.
You never know with all these new heroes and villains running around.
I usually prefer to use powers and weapons. It's a personal choice. Although when I started playing with my Phantom character, I would use pistols 99% of the time. I would just use powers once in a while on specific occasions. And you can see there's healing barrels over here if you need them. I can also hear something else. We'll come back in just a bit. And there's another healing barrel in the corner if you need it. So don't hesitate to use it. Once you defeat usually those enemies, or I don't think you have to defeat them, I think once you reach this point, those enemies spawn. Oh, the barrel went crazy. And there's usually a little chesty chest underneath the stairs. For those who may not know, there are chests in a whole bunch of missions like this. You have to break them. Inside the chest you'll find certain rewards, like here we got a pair of gloves. Let's see if they're worth using. I guess I'm gonna have to sell a bunch of stuff soon. They're not good for stats, but they're good for the style. We didn't have the druid style, so no reason not to use it. And let's see, this is the investigation I was hearing.
The Book of Blood.
Just a quick look around.
Verse 23. By deceit ye have freed yourself from the illusion of truth, and thus do I name The first lesson of blood.
No one interferes with Intergang and lives. It is written. Get 'em, boys!
I thought EMP would hit harder than that. I guess not.
I belong to the religion of crime. The world will drown in blood before a weakling unbeliever like you makes me talk.
With this loadout, you can pretty much go 1, 2, 5, 6, and then 4. But sometimes you can mix it up
Wait.
as needed.
Just in case the prophecy isn't true, I'll tell you. Mannheim says the crime Bible promises infinite power once he kills the twice-named daughter of Cain. He's doing it tonight. That's all I know.
So let's have a quick look around. Been a while since I've been here, so just making sure I'm not forgetting anything important. Could have sworn there was something we're supposed to do here. It's been a while. There's a healing barrel here. Reason not to break it. For the last feat, you need like 1,000 healing barrels, so don't hesitate to break healing barrels when you see them. And let's see, we got no reward. I think it's good for a couple of stats. Nothing game breaking, but usually it's how it works. Stats increase a little bit by a little bit, at least when you level up. But basically around tier 4 and tier 5, your stats will get a dramatic increase. Oh yeah, I have to complete the mission. Not sure why it does that sometimes. There we go.
Batwoman has a lead on a nearby Intergang warehouse. Meet up with her on site.
So now we have to go to the mysterious warehouse to continue our mission.
Mannheim is planning to murder someone. We've got to get there now. I'll try to contact Batwoman in the question so you can join forces.
So let's go inside. So let's open the door. There's a whole bunch of enemies you need to defeat in here. And there's some enemies that are hidden. I'll try to show them to you. I guess it doesn't trigger.
I smelled someone in here.
I guess we have to trigger the event before we can actually play the mission.
Soul to Cain.
Like as you saw my grenade I cast earlier, but didn't really do anything. It happens. There's a few things in here. Like you'll see there's a whole bunch of enemies that will be hidden. Some evil Black Panther type enemies. I could have sworn I hear something. It must be behind the wall there. So there's a few objectives. I'll try to show them to you in just a bit. Oh, that's the sound I was hearing. So ideally, if you have an ability like full auto, let's try. Where's our little friend? I guess he's not here. There's a few ways to be able to detect hidden enemies.
Chapter 40, verse 37. Lilith raised him up, and setting his hands upon her, spoke with breath hot on his neck. What ye name virtue, I call weakness. For ye lust heartily, but have not strength nor courage enough to slay.
Oh, a little chest. So whenever you see those chests, there's no reason not to break them. And let's see if the modern gorilla headgear will be good for us. Oh, actually, it is a slight stat increase. So we're going to have to activate this console in a bit, but for some reason we cannot just activate it right now. We have to move forward a bit. It will trigger
Turn
an
off the
event.
security camera before Intergang knows you're here. I'm showing a terminal nearby.
Or a cinematic. Well, not really cinematic, but so once we get there, then we can come back and activate the console. I forget what happens if you continue without coming back. That doesn't really matter. Also, throughout the mission, there's a whole bunch of little chests like that. So you can open them to recover counterfeit cash. I forget how many there are, but we'll figure it out as we go along. You'll see. I'm going to open them all. If you're not sure, we can destroy anything in here. That's so sad. If you're not sure, usually don't hesitate to break anything in the map to be able to see if you're missing something or not. But sometimes, as you see, some items we can break, some we can't. It happens. So let's continue. So I was talking about detecting hidden enemies. There used to be the iconic ability X-ray vision, which is sadly no longer available from what I recall. Like within the iconic abilities, one of them was X-ray visions, which did very little. Basically, it gave you a better chance to be able to detect hidden enemies. If you're a tank by default have the ability to be able to detect hidden enemies, but ideally usually what you want to do is you want to always use abilities that will have a wide range or a wide spread. A good ability is dual pistols. When you go full auto with dual pistol and you just shoot all around you, you can detect the hidden enemies pretty quick. If not, you have to be a bit more creative. So here you can see there's another little chesty chest, so let's open it. I should call it a safe actually, not a chest. Here there's going to be a whole bunch of enemies, and I think there's an ambush or two here. Like here there should be a hidden enemy, if I recall. There he is. So you saw that we were able to detect it like half a second before he actually attacked us. Let's see if we can destroy that. We can't. So some items you can break, some you can't. Oh, there's our little friend we were looking for. And he brought a friend. There should be a little safe. Oh, there it is.
Choke him.
No.
Oh no,
It's a
poor
trap.
Batwoman.
The trap is sprung. Rejoice, my shapeshifters. The prophecy is fulfilled. The twice-named daughter of Cain, Batwoman, will die as the crime Bible foretells.
As you saw, they gave Batwoman a cape, and the new model gave Batwoman a cape with red on the inside and black on the outside. I have to admit, I can't recall if that was the case before or if it's the new model they made. It's something that people have been asking for a long time.
Ah, look, Kyle.
Not sure if we'll ever get a cape like that.
To the slaughter. So you think to stop the prophecy? My shapeshifters will feast well tonight.
They are mine, Whisper.
So here first we have to fight the Wolfy Wolf. And then we have to fight Miss Adair, which from past experience, people used to think she was really tough. With Miss Adair, don't hesitate to. You see the healing barrel over there? Don't hesitate to use it because it's usually a fairly tough fight. Although it's been a while since I've been here, so maybe it's not as tough as I recall. So again, don't hesitate to use the healing barrel. If you're wondering why I didn't use EMP pulse at first, I didn't want to break the barrel right away. let's complete our little mission.
This was all just a ruse to capture Batwoman for Intergang's ritual. I'm activating her tracking device. Follow the trail. The question is on her way. She'll meet you there.
So let's grab...
Chapter is at this location. Manhunt's planning to sacrifice her to fulfill the Crime Bible's prophecy. Get there and rescue Batwoman.
So let's take a little investigation here.
The Book of Blood, Chapter 19, verse 12. To your gates I came thirsty, and with water would have left contented. But ye have shown me greed, and this I shall name the third lesson.
She was a little grippy. So here's the last of the little save that we have to open. So again, once you get all the save, you get a little feat. That's the one reason to open them. You get a tiny bit of cash, I think, but that's not really worth it. And again, as you can see, the healing barrel respawn. No reason not to break it again. And let's get out of here. So let's move on to the next part of the mission. So now we have to go right over there, to the Temple of Crime. And again, if you're wondering how to get the Batwoman Cape, you can get it from the Temple of Crime. Although I could have sworn oh, there we go. I forgot a few investigations. There's an investigation right here. Oh, someone pulled a whole bunch of...
I don't normally approve of wanton thuggery, but you do make a good point about the ends justifying the means.
Could have sworn there was another one up here. There it is. It's a briefing, but it's still good.
Target Tango. Designation static. This target relies almost completely on his ability to command electricity and magnetism. Martial threat is null. Avoiding electrically hot environment and restricting use of weapons to non-conductive materials will impair his overall effectiveness by threefold.
So here we've reached the Temple of Crime mission. So again, if you want the Batwoman Cape, what you can do, once you have to play the mission first, but once you play the mission once, then you can come back and replay the mission over and over and over until you get lucky enough to get the Batwoman Cape as a rare drop. Usually I suggest to people just buy the cape in a broker, but if you don't want to use the broker, or if you cannot use a broker, what you could do is you could replay this mission over and over until you get lucky enough to get the Batwoman Cape. I have to admit, I'm not sure if I ever got the cape from this mission. I think I always buy it from the broker, but I could be misremembering. So in here there's a few things if you want to be a bit stealthy. You can use, there's a few consoles you can use to knock down some of the enemies. You don't have to use them, but it is scripted that way, so there's no reason not to use them. And even if you use the consoles to knock down enemies, there's still quite a few for you to fight, so don't worry, you're going to be fighting plenty of enemies. Oh, we got some nice boots. We'll take a look at that in just a second. So let's see if the boots are good for us. They're healer boots. That's so sad. We'll get some shoulders here. Some gloves for the style. Eons ago, we would get gear for every roll, and if we were lucky, it would be gear that we could use. And even in some mission, when we would play with a group, you had to roll against other players. So whatever gear would drop, you would roll, and whoever would roll the highest would get the gear. We still get that for a few things, but nowadays we pretty much always have our own individual gear as a reward. And usually the gear is either the roll we need, or it is unattuned, so we can pretty much get it for any roll we like. Or for the role we're using, actually. But eons ago, you could get healer gear, you could get tank gear, even if you were playing a power that's playing as a troll. The logic behind that was that if you get something you don't use, just sell it for cash. or even later on just salvage it for component parts. But sadly it was a little frustrating. Sometimes you would get a lot of gear that you could not use. So again, there's a little console we can use here. And there should be a few hidden enemies. There they are. So again, if you want to, you can try to use certain of your abilities that could allow you to possibly, like as soon as you do a bit of damage to an enemy, the enemy will appear.
Your heart for Mannheim.
Oh, there they are. As soon as you do a bit of damage to an enemy, it becomes visible. So all you really need to do is use any attack that could have a pretty big spread. And odds are whoever's hidden will be revealed. I think there might be a few more here. I guess not. Again, the easiest weapon to use to be able to reveal a hidden enemy is dual pistols. If you go full auto, there's nowhere really they can hide, but you can still do that with other weapons, as you can see. It's not as convenient, but it works well enough. Oh, there he is. Let's grab a little friend here first.
So that ye might learn the truths that are hidden, that ye might pull secrets hidden from the very hearts that hide them. And so see my kingdom rise anew upon the earth, in Cain's name.
So that should do it. I think we got everyone, so let's continue.
Take them out.
So we seem to be done here. So the last boss will be Bruno Mannheim.
Bible. Let the razor cut quick and right. In Cain's name, we commend the heart of this wayward daughter. May the fires of pain and rage blaze on earth. In Cain's name!
Oh no! He stabbed her. He's so mean. So this is the boss where you can get the Batwoman Cape if you are lucky. So let's see if we will be lucky. The fight can be a bit challenging, especially if you're a new player. There's a few healing barrels that you can use, and I would strongly suggest don't hesitate to use them. Oh, we're broke. See, there's a few reasons to use the barrels. First, it works for your feet, but also it helps you survive through the fight against the evil Mannheim.
Batwoman, I promise we'll get you out of here.
And as you go through the fight, there's various scripted event. So there's, as you saw, there's the question that came here to help us. But there's going to be also a whole bunch of different enemies that will appear.
To interrupt the right? Eviscerate them!
So as I mentioned, don't hesitate to use a healing barrel. There was one over here. There's usually one over here that you can use. Before you can continue fighting Manheim, you pretty much have to defeat... Oh no, you don't. Okay. I thought you would have to defeat the evil cat people first. Maybe not. Manheim used to have a big ability, a big attack. Trying to get him to trigger it. Oh, there it is. So usually this attack was pretty devastating in the past. So what I would strongly suggest, don't hesitate. Here's our third healing barrel. So don't hesitate to use the healing barrel. They're there for you. And usually they respawn pretty quick. Normally what you could do, you could almost cycle through the barrels. By the time you're done with the third one, the first one usually is ready to use.
Capiche? You have not stopped the prophecy of crime. All is written in the
And sadly, we didn't get the Batwoman Cape. So normally this is where we would get the Batwoman Cape if we are lucky. But today wasn't our day. We still got a nice pair of gloves, but it would have been nice to get the Batwoman Cape. Especially for our Batman character.
Take the book. Hang in there, Batwoman. We'll get you to a doctor.
So you have to talk to the question, then you have to click on the book, and then you have to click on Batwoman to be able to help her.
If Intergang's religion of crime is targeting me, I need to know why. And the Crime Bible has the answers. Thanks for your help.
So again, no reason not to break the healing barrels. I guess if you really wanted to, you could stick around and go from barrel to barrel to be able to get the feat faster. You decide if you want to spend an hour or two breaking barrels.
The Book of Blood, Chapter 3, Verse 10. Thus do I mark thee, that ye might practice murder, and take that of which the weak have no need, and so earn the right to live.
So as you can see, sometimes we get a chesty chest here, so let's open it. Ah, nothing really worth it. Or did we? Oh, we got some shoulders. Oh well. So just checking to make sure we didn't forget anything. I guess not. So we can go. So let's complete our mission.
Batwoman is safe, and we have the Crime Bible. Whatever this prophecy may be, we need to make sure it never comes to pass. I'll keep
So again,
you posted. Oracle out.
so once you played the quest once, then you can come back here and you can replay it. I seem to recall it resets roughly every 20 minutes. It could be a bit less than that, but just to be safe, wait 20 minutes. I'm told that if you log out and log back in, the mission should have reset. So you could also try that if you don't want to wait. I can't guarantee you if it actually works. I never really did it myself. Usually I would play the mission once, go do something else, and then come back a bit later to play the mission again. Oh, and we have a... So there's this little NPC that will give us a mission.
We were transporting a large shipment of industrial diamonds to one of our research facilities when Mr. Freeze's goons ambushed our armored car convoy. The SCU managed to fend them off, but had to retreat when some new villains arrived. Wayne Tech will reward you handsomely if you secure our diamonds.
Dang, she has a lot to say. So I will show you the mission. I'm not going to play it, but basically it's an open world thing, and it's a PvP mission. So you have to come pretty much in this area. Is it ready yet? I guess not. So there's this mission called the Diamond Heist. There's another one in Metropolis called the Ring War. And basically what you have to do is that over here... Oh, we saw some... oh, maybe it is started. Or not. As you saw, you cannot go there just yet. Anyway, basically there's these armored truck that you have to quote-unquote destroy. Once you destroy them, they release bags of cash. And you saw the villain objective where there's the two big guys over there. The villains have to bring the bags of cash over there. And if you're a hero, you have to bring the bags of cash over here. I guess the last time the villains won, so we don't have the hero over here just yet. But basically, there's a truck here with some some Doctor NPC, and you have to bring the cash to them. And it's a PvP event, so you can fight. If you're here, other players can fight you, and you have to fight other players. So basically, players and evil villains and heroes are competing for the same cash. And whoever gets, I think it's 25, 24, let's check. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't say how many. Anyway, you have to bring the cash to the trucks, where you have to bring like 25 bags of cash to the trucks. And when you do that, you also have to defeat in this case 5 villains, because I'm a hero player, but villains have to defeat hero players. So once you complete the Diamond Heist, and once you defeat 5 villains, then you complete the mission. Sadly, it's a mission that you can do only once a day. So once you do it once, you have to wait for the next day to be able to do it again. I don't think you can reset it with replay badges. As far as I recall, we couldn't do that. Let's grab the Booster Gold mission just in case. So as you go up in level, you're going to receive various Booster Gold missions.
Exploration Adventures with Booster Gold. Today's adventure will take you to Gotham's Robinson Park, an unconventional city park recently infested with demons.
That's a nice Moon Knight. Reminds me, I should make a Moon Knight video. So let's start our friend question to complete
Thanks for your assist against Intergang's insane cult.
the storyline.
We're going to take a careful look at this crime Bible. Who knows what other prophecies it might contain.
So let's go to our journal.
This is Oracle. The Atlanteans are swarming in from the sea into suicide slums and taking humans prisoner. I'm trying to contact Aquaman, but we can't wait. Speak to Martian Manhunter at the Chinatown safe house. He has on-the-spot information.
So here you can see we got a little trinket. Sadly, it's pretty much the same as the one we already had. So, no point in keeping both. Let's keep the watch. I prefer the watch somehow. There we go. So let's go back to our lair. That's going to be pretty much it for now. I'm going to go back to our lair to re-imprint. If you did not see the bat lair yet, not much to see. I didn't get any new base items. Don't think I will get any with this character, but you never know. So let's re-imprint our armory with, let's see if we have any new skill points. Oh, we got one, so let's put it here. Re-imprint our armory. The reason why you have to re-imprint your armory is that if you have some stuff that you no longer use, like I had some gloves and I forget what else, you can't sell it or salvage it until you re-imprint it. If it's already imprinted in your armory, you cannot sell it. So in order to be able to sell it or to salvage it, depending on what you want to do, you have to. So in this case, let's say I change the pants of my character. Sadly, you can see that little headpiece at the top left corner of the pants. It's saying that basically I cannot sell it and I cannot salvage it. So if I wanted to go to the vendor, and sell a whole bunch of stuff I don't need, we won't see the pants because it is quote-unquote protected from selling it by accident. That is to make sure that if you have multiple armories and let's say you have different pieces of gear in each armory, to make sure that you don't sell a piece of gear that you need for another armory by accident. So sadly, in order to be able to sell the pants, then we have to re-imprint our armory. And now we should be able to sell our old pants. Let's go check. So there they are. So let's sell them. So basically anything you don't really need. I was saving a few weapons, but nah. Let's sell everything. I'm not sure if I still need the cola. Let's sell everything. I'm in a selling mood today. I'll keep the Compound Omega. The Compound Omega I could sell on the broker if I wanted to. The same with the Doomsday Plague probiotic. The same with the Exo Material and the Shazam time capsules. I would strongly suggest whatever you can sell to the broker, sell to the broker, because you're going to be able to sell it a lot more than if you just sell it to the vendor. So and let's repair everything else. And at this point, I could have salvaged some of the gear I did not need. Well, in theory, I might have been able to salvage some of the gear I did not need, but you can only salvage items that are level 30, if I recall correctly. So I didn't really have anything that was high level enough to be able to salvage it. So I'll probably show how to salvage once I reach level 30. We'll have to wait and see for that. So that is pretty much it for now. So next time we're going to go speak to our friend Martian Manhunter, and we're going to fight an evil... I forget. Oh, we're going to fight Mera, actually. Oh no, it's the evil Cersei who pretends to be Mera. Yeah, it's been a while since I played that storyline. And we're going to be fighting Aquaman, but in order to be able to help him. And also, some of you guys have been asking how to get the Aquaman Trident as a weapon. The last mission of that new quest should be where you can get the Trident, but you have, it's a rare drop. You have to be really lucky in order to be able to get it. So sadly, as you saw, we're still level 27, so the Temple of Crime mission and saving our friend Batwoman wasn't enough to be able to allow us to go to level 28, but we'll do that, I suppose, next time. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.